Hello. We're recording? Yes, I think so. Today we're playing Dueling Book again, and I'm gonna review some replays because I recently went 10-0 with offering zombies on the ladder. So let's try and get the full screen here actually. Uh, Here we go. Okay, so let's see. We got the dual records here. As you can see, if you're 10-0, you have to scroll down to see your losses, so it's nice. Oh, two losses in a row before that. But I think that was a different deck as well. So yeah, let's see. First game is actually against a guy who played Quick Draw, also has the Quick Draw avatar. I think it's like the classic Swifty build. That's kind of the standard now almost. So let's see how it went. So our opening hand is Zombie Master, Dark Armed Dragon, Solemn Judgment, and Goblin Zombie, and Illblood. And he has Deep Prison, Bottomless Trap Hole, Debris Dragon, Destiny Hero Plasma, Cyber Valley, and Foolish Burial. So pretty good hand from him. Stardust plus 2 back row. Can set. So he just does the thing he should do. Just establish Stardust Dragon. Set 1 or 2 back row. He goes for both because yeah, Stardust Dragon with the brain control kind of Stardust a little bit, but I guess he doesn't care. And then goes for the Plasma, straight for Prior, but we just solemn that. And then he goes for the Future Fusion with the second conversion. And the deck's full of conversions, I guess, with Debris Dragon and Lone Fire and Cyber Valley. Definitely a lot of them. So here we see he's also on the Machina package, which they are not always on. And yeah, so we just kinda have to play into the back row here. So I just decided to go with Zombie Master with Prior, even though just to get the discard of the Plague going. So the Plague goes to the graveyard even if he activates Bottomless here. Also we don't get a summon, it's fine. And then so we're basically dead. But I decided to bluff set the Heavy Storm. And would you believe it or not, it actually is gonna pay off. He's not gonna attack with the Starter String. Can't summon the Fortress either. So yeah, it's pretty good for us. We do live to see another turn. He just has Deep Prison sets, so like if we draw a good card here, Power Plays can go through. And we do draw a good card in Foolish Burial, which makes a Diva live here, because we send Mizuki, and then everything just gets live, which is nice. Deep Prison really not like we care about that right now, with the hand we have. So yeah, the bluff worked. The bluff to save the day. Yeah, that's just like a Diva Brile play. Search goblins on. We don't have much targets left anyway. So then Heavy Storm just to save some darks and discards. I just don't really wanna. I mean, there would be an argument to keep the Heavy Storm to like keep bluffing a back row, but like, yeah, it's fine anyway. As it's not with this bot, he's gonna like probably go for the what's it called? He's just gonna make us play anyway to break it, even we have a fake back row. So yeah, just save like the darks to banish and the brownic discards by using Heavy Storm, which is fine here. And yeah, he doesn't really have much he can do because he drew the Titania. If he didn't draw the Titania, he could at least go for like for that, and then he would kill the Stardust trade with the Dark Arm, but like that, it's and kill the replay. Hopefully I didn't kill it, hopefully it will work out once we go to game 2. Okay. So yeah, he just realized he doesn't have a target for a lone fire anymore. He went through both dandelions already, and Titania's in hand, and I guess he doesn't play any other targets like Botanical Line or Mystic Tomato, as they usually don't at Quick Draw. It's more for the Amaryllis decks. So yeah, kind of surprised we got that win there in the first game, but yeah, it was pretty nice. The power of bluffing. Okay, so like pretty good hand from him again. He gets the first turn quick draw, 2-card combo, quick draw plus dandelion, and then he also gets a +1 of Stratos. Which I don't know if I would go for Alias there. Maybe like you can honestly go for Plasma, because like you can just next turn you can establish Plasma pretty easily again with the dandelion anyway. So definitely a consideration to go for Plasma instead. But yeah, he just like Machine of Force would also be a better discard than like Alias, honestly. Kind of weird. He discards the Alias. I guess he doesn't want to give information about the hand, but still. Okay. So we just have Goblin Zombie, and what do we decide to set? Offering and GG seems fine. Yep. Gets this guy, and then the quick draw comes back. Yeah, I probably would have taken Dandelion, I think. It's fine. And then he discards the quick draw. Okay. And at this point we could like hold the Tarantula, but honestly, like I don't think he's gonna like summon Machina Fortress into a Tarantula anyway, so like if he just raw dogs the Machina Fortress into like an open board, I'm also fine with this, honestly. So yeah, I just decide to activate it here. Like if he like I said, if he summons here, like he just spends 2 cards, and then like he has basically a vanilla 25 on board. Like we don't really care about that card right now. We have the offering combo, can out it easily. So as he doesn't have like an MSG or something. So okay, just decide to do it here in case there's like dust shoot. Honestly, kind of unnecessary. Looking back at this, yeah, because like he would have activated dust shoot last turn already. I don't think this is even a new set. But I guess he could like set it in main phase too. So yeah, I guess it's fine. Like I do like a little bit of a weird sequence here. I go. I mean that's pretty normal still. I don't know, like I don't think that's perfect sequencing through Crow or something like that, but I guess it's fine. Yeah. It worked out, he didn't have Crow. Unfortunately, the replay broke a little bit there earlier. Yeah, I mean, probably like to play through Crow, you usually want to leave like 2 Goblin Zombies in Grave and then like summon Illblood and then Yeah, I can activate the blood effect and target or not target Goblin Zombie engraved to revive it because Iblat doesn't target, and then yeah, you place the recrow that way. And you can use that Goblin Zombie to synchro the second diva or third diva if you play it. In this deck we only play 2 divas. But yeah, that's it. So it's pretty quick win. We did end up drawing this recut combo later on, but I think he drew pretty well as well, so it's fine. It's just like, it's kind of nice. We just see like cards like Deep Prison being really bad when we draw actually are good hands. It's always, it's something I love about this deck, bro. And that's something I really love about this deck, when you can just make Deep Prison feel stupid. So let's see. What else do we have? The next replay here. What are we at here? We're at 11 minutes. Okay. See, maybe do like 3 or 4 replays. Let's see. Okay, so we go first, it seems. We have a pretty good hand. We have the Mystic Tomato, Bottomless Trapple, Solemn Judgment, Spirit Reaper, Goblin Zombie, and the Mirror Force. I guess I didn't even talk about the deck earlier. I'll talk about the list later. But yeah, we do play the Force Recruiter and Mystic Tomato, just because I'm missing the starters. I only play the turtles often, so that's that for now. Okay, so we see some weird shit like main deck needed sitting. Also Giant Druid, not too normal in Amaryllis as well. Not sure I'm the biggest fan of that. But yeah, it's alright for now. Yet saying it, so like our bottom is not doing a whole lot. Didn't see a single deep person that we play, unfortunately for him. It's like the only card that's really good against like Sanguine and like Card Trooper. It's like what you really want deep person for. Of course it has. It's like okay against Shura, but like, you can also use bottomless against Shura, so yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? Lone Fire Trade-in. Like card we usually don't even care about with this deck anyway, if they attack your Kudo with it, so yeah. Don't think you really need a second deep present. And yeah, he could like go for the brain control, steal a goblin play, but he just decides to get aggressive, establish the Titania here, which is fine. With enough bodies to stall with, especially the tomato, can stall this pretty easily. And he goes for the Amaryllis. And what do? We probably set a bunch of cards. Yep. And we just decide to Mirror Force now. Could wait to get like the Goblin Zombie, which probably should have, but I don't know, I was thinking something there. I don't really know what exactly I was thinking, but probably better to get the Goblin Zombie first and then like Mirror Force on the second attack. Okay. Yep, Mizuki, no bottomless or anything. It's always nice for him, and we just clear this so we can I don't have to worry about it attacking our monsters next turn. So when you lose 800 this turn. And he takes a Mizuki and takes a tomato, which is great. Actually, we drew most of our goblin zombies here, so I drew all our targets besides Gale, so like, it's the only thing we can get at the moment. It's a bit unfortunate. So yeah, I could like sort him to a Cyber Valley Summon, but it's not really worth it. I would have just sound back probably. So it's fine. Okay, he goes for the trade in, and now yes, another Amaryllis Engrave. Okay, like still like it's kind of like Amaryllis being like kind of passive. He's just not really doing anything, to be honest. Like, who cares about any of this stuff? Kinda. I mean, yeah, he's like burning alive, okay, sure. I'm not really concerned about anything that he's doing right now, though. Only scary things, the heavy storm, maybe. Okay, and what do we decide to do? Unfortunately, don't play the Eurocreators. This would also be okay here to go for. And we just search Perma Turtle here, and we bounce a back draw. We do. Okay, because of return, I see. I think I could have probably done this better. I was thinking like I should have like bottomless this on the end phase, and I would have probably been able to kill. Yeah, I didn't really. I was kind of thinking about doing this return shenanigans here next turn, but then like I wasn't really thinking this through entirely. So I'd like used the bottomless on the end phase of the on the Amaryllis. I could have done it. But at the same time, like I wasn't really sure that it was even gonna work anyway. Even though we do have this solemn. I was not super convinced this was gonna work, but so far it does. And then we just go for this and this. Just go for hard death here, I think, so we don't take any damage right now. Yep. So that one Amaryllis won't come back, but he has another one anyway. That's fine. Mark of Heroes on Stardust, okay. Pretty good for him, honestly, but I can't go Brio even anywhere. But I think I still win this game. I don't know how, honestly. Maybe I don't. Okay. Niedersehen. Okay, I'm just playing bad cards like Niedersehen, and that's probably why I win. And here you go for the bottomless. Does not decide to solve it, which is interesting, because... Yeah, I guess it's fine. No, it seems reasonable still. Okay, so... I decide to play around the sweeper for now, and just like attack with the goblin zombie. He plays Lightning Vortex in the main deck. Okay, so definitely a lot of interesting main deck choices. I'm not gonna look at the grave right now because I think it's gonna bug or something again. That's fine. So he's also playing Kaius, which is also not great really in Amaryllis. Yeah, like he can't even activate Hidden Armory, search Mark, and then like take Goblin, tribute for Kaius. Because he can't normal summon, so like, it's not great honestly. Kaius with all these normal summon stops, Miracle Fertilizer, DDR, Hidden Arm, not DDR, but you get what I mean. So I did search DDR here, which is pretty good, honestly. And I do think I actually lose this. But I could have won it if I had summoned, if I had just summoned the turtle, which is kind of wild. Backdash doesn't do anything. Okay, I just attacked the turtle. Maybe I do win actually. I don't remember. Just get a blood here probably. Ah yeah, that's also like really weird. Yeah. We make Brute Drago here. Just good against Solemn and stuff. Thing you should probably do is like should actually negate this summon here. But he decides to let it go. Yeah, it just says, yeah, thumbs up, okay, cool. So I bring out my plague, and then I don't know if he was waiting like for a colossal fighter or something, but yeah. We're just making Le Brute Draco, which is pretty good into this board. And then yeah, he goes for this. Straight on the summon, and then yeah, I think he thought like he just was like a little confused about the ruling. He thought like, would Draco miss timing here because of Goblin Zombie? But that's not how the missing the timing works. It's just like they're both getting destroyed at the same time, so just like form a chain. Goblin and Zombie will be chaining one, and then like Draco chaining two because it's optional. Yeah, I explained this here to him. He's just like, okay. And then I'm just thinking what we do here. So he's like just not giving up because like he thinks like, oh, maybe I'm just gonna bring back Plague and make another Synchro or something. I'm just like thinking, okay, just make like something that beats Deep Prison. Like we can't really play around many back row anyway. Can't really effectively play around Mirrorfiles once Stardust and Drago are gone, so like let's just play around Deep Prison. Phoenix Wing we actually still wouldn't play around because okay, Foolish doesn't do anything because Mizuki's already banished. Yeah. So that's it, yeah, like Phoenix Wing we couldn't really have played around, but like it's just Solemn. So like once he didn't Solemn the Iblet, we were just good to go, honestly. I think we probably would have loved to see if Solemn the Iblet Nama Summon, but such is life. So I think we still had the Goblin on board then, so we could have done something, but not much against that 10 here, right? Yeah, once again, like we would have had to like gone for like a Yokuiza, but then he can still solemn that. Yeah, I guess he could have also like done the needle thing before I go for the synchro at all. But yeah, I guess he was just not feeling the even like Solomon and the Drago, and then going for the needle thing would still be better. Yeah, like he just chose the worst option. Because the Drago just brings the plague already with at what's it called? The Ilblock back already with the effect. So yeah, at that point he can't do anything with the Solemn. That was pretty convenient for us. How this all played out. Just okay, we just set 4 back groups because we started road, and then I think it's fine to start road to end against this deck because I play a debut dragon, can easily go into black road. Yep, okay. So far we're missing a starter, we got a bunch of back row, it's fine. Honestly, I think I forgot to side out the Book of Moon, it's not that great here in this matchup. Okay, I decide to let this go, and then we get Goblin Zombie here. Goblin Zombie summon is allowed. Okay, good. I'll take 800. Yeah, it's just looking like a losing game right now because don't have too much. We can go for like a synchro play next turn once this Goblin Zombie dies, but it's not looking too hard, honestly. Yeah, like synchro play is not that great anyway because yeah, I think I lose this game. Even though I think like we could have also later done something better, but yeah, right now the only thing we can do is like go for the synchro play. And then yeah, just clear the 2 token in the battle phase, and then I go Brio, and then search, I think like Iblat or something, and then we just book this, and then yeah, I think the thing we could have done better here is we could have actually summoned a Dark Arm straight in main phase 2. Would have to do this here. See, he actually plays it pretty smart and just I guess had 4 in the first turn, right? It's pretty likely I have Starlight Road. Yeah, so he just like goes for Black Rose and like since he has their Murder, so like whatever. Just do 24 poke. Felt like a better trap here would be good, or a bottomless that would be good, but unless we do get to 300 and like pretty much can't win from here. Do draw the diner, but yeah, it would be good to stop all this nonsense, but yeah, now it's too late. It's not going to do anything. We can just fast forward it. There's nothing we can really do here. As long as he like doesn't respect Deep Prison, can just really run into this diner and then it's fine. Like, yeah, I was pretty sure this was Starlight Road at this point, so yeah, but if I had some to Dark Arm, would have actually been good. So that's interesting. Okay, this is stuff. I did click like, I swear I clicked like Plague in my deck, but somehow I added Kai's anyway. Like, it happens so often on this website. Somehow I click like one card in my deck and then I get some random other card. It's so weird, I swear. And it's also, I said the Spirit Reaper, I didn't even think about it. Like, okay, I have Kai's in hand, sure. I don't really know why, but I don't know why I don't have Plague in hand or anything. Didn't even think about it. It's like, yeah, okay. Add Plague. And then like, hey, you added Kai's? Yeah, I added Kai's. Thought I added Plague. I clicked Plague, but the deck during book added Kai's. Okay, cool. What the fuck is this conspiracy here? But yeah, so like, I actually would have gone for Set Goblin anyway. Gone for Set Goblin if I had known I have Plague in hand. Oh my god, this was really late at night, I think, or something. So Kaiku and Mirror Force, yeah, we just have Reaper. He doesn't have too much here. He has the Lone Fire, which is gonna bottom assist, I think, yeah. Okay, and then goes for the Kaiku, and we just have Spirit Reaper, and he's gonna waste a mark from that. That's perfectly fine with me. And then we just set the Goblin, and still, unless he Heavy Storms here, like, still doesn't really have anything to do. Okay. So I don't think he's gonna Cyber Valley away his Kaiku. No, he probably wants like a Mark combo type play. And yeah, once again, just a better trap, which doesn't stop zombies at all. If you have a good hand. Because we're just Brio dot deck. I love to see it. Brio dot deck cooking battle traps every time. When will they ever learn and take this out? With Mirror is especially bad because like I can just like poke you even with goblin zombies and you just look really silly. G-Prison is like fine to stop that at least, I think. But this is just game here. We could have also like to avoid milling Dandelion, which probably you should do, but it's like yeah, it's not gonna happen. Come on, bro. I'm not gonna be that unlucky. So there's no Dandelion in graveyard, so could happen. So if you're like a little, if you're a little more fearful than me, you can just banish this here for the plague, and then like make a Gaia or something here with the Goblin Zombie or Hades. so avoid that from happening. And that's just game. So this was 2 games. Yeah, let's just go over the deck again. And then we'll see what we have to say here. So we went against Amaryllis and Quick Runner. That's pretty good. And yeah, this is the deck. I was playing this deck with like the Psychic package before. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just trying like Gale out again. I'm giving it a shot, and Mystic Tomato, and yeah, I'm also trying Creature Swap. I don't know, like technically if you activate Creature Swap and like with like a Shura on the opponent's side and like a Turtle or Tomato, you can get Spirit Reaper with it and search Gale with the Shura, and then it's like a +3 at the end. End up with like Spirit Reaper, Shura, and Reaper. Then you rip a card from them. And yeah, that's like, so you end up with like 3 cards. He ends up with like 1 less card in hand and like no monster on board. So he does 2 cards. You went from 2 cards to 3 cards on field. Yeah, something like that. I think it's a +3. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Maybe it's just a +2, but I don't know. I think it's a +3. Can correct me if I'm wrong. So Caius, yeah, we played double Caius, Dark Armed, just double Diva. I don't know, I just don't really like opening Diva. Honestly, I just rather like draw it in the late game or search it with Sangan usually. The offering combo also works with Illblood anyway, and like with Plague, honestly as well, as long as you have Goblin Zombie. Like with Sangan and Plague, it's a little more difficult. I'm not sure if it works, but with Goblin and Plague, it definitely works. It works with Sangan and Diva as well. Doesn't work with Sangan and Illblood, I know that. Not sure if it works with these two to get like to 8k. Yeah, that's fine anyway. So Book of Life. Yeah, just 1 because I also have to call after 100. Yeah, I do like 2 Book of Life usually, but it's like a little bit harder to get life than call after 100. So yeah, sometimes just don't have anything in the graveyard, and or I just have like something else in the graveyard, like a Sangan or I don't know, like a Tomato, Caius, something like that. Like, I don't know, a Synchro, like a Gale maybe, right? So like Call is like just easier to get live, and also Call is basically like offering. If like your Goblin Zombie survives the turn, you summon Diva, and then yeah, Call is enough of an extender to go for Lisa. Same with return, without like your opponent needing to have a card in graveyard like with Book of Life. Book of Moon is like just there, because you just have like 1 card in the main deck for Glads, so this can't only with Trapstone. And now Brain Control pretty standard. Foolish I do like in this deck because just gives you more speed without Book of Life or Call of the Hunter. Just send Mizuki. Kinda don't want to go without it at the moment. Just the deck just feels so much slower without it. Heavy Storm, yeah, you don't have to play it in this deck, in the main deck. But I don't know. I just think you want to play it. It's like an argument to not play it because you play a bunch of traps, but I prefer having it at the moment. And then we got Mind Control. Yeah, you also always play it in zombies. I always want to have like 4 tuners and Mind Control in zombies. That's honestly one of the main reasons I also play the Gale. I would just play like 2 Diva and 1 Plague. I would be fine with that. Mystic Space Typhoon, yeah, pretty good card. Creature Swap, yeah, we're just trying it out. Like I said, it's pretty good with Recruiters. Also fine with Goblin, Zombie, and Sangan. I just didn't really draw it so far. I don't think we even see it in the replays, which is unfortunate. But yeah, bottomless trap hole, true off, yeah, pretty standard trap for Blackwing and other decks. Not as good against frogs, but yeah, you take some else. Some else you gotta take, I guess. Car of the Haunted, yeah, like I said, pretty good to like have for the kill, and like sometimes better than Book of Life to have 1D prison. Yeah, I think that's fine. Don't need more than that, but it is nice to out some things pretty conveniently. Could play something like Compose instead, maybe for that, but just like it's kind of just a neck one at the end of the day often. So don't really like it that much. Mondast Tornado because it's really good with the you can just set return or call or offering with it after destroying a card in the opponent's end phase most of the time. So that's pretty nice. It's like then you don't always need like the starter as Solemn to set the offering and also set like another back row. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. Then we got the Mirror Falls, pretty standard, blowout, trap card, return, yeah, normal, solemn. Play like a bunch of traps, so we do want to protect them. Started road the same. Torrential, yeah, also pretty good. With the Goblin Zombie and Senga, yeah, just staple. 7 tools. Yeah, I preferred avoid Trapstone a little bit in this deck, and it also works against Trapstone, which is pretty nice. That's like one of my tags at the moment. And then we got Trap Dust Shoot, pretty standard staple, and Ultimate Offering, obviously for the as a good extender and like OTK tool. That makes cards like Ilblat much better. And then the side deck, we got like the Tri Brigade again. Just so good. Also, I started to take even Diva out. I usually didn't do that, but I do kind of like to take Diva out nowadays a lot. Because like the other cards are kind of engine. Like you can take out Gale as well and Tomato, that's fine. But the other cards, like, they're all engine, honestly. Even Spirit Reaper. You do want like the extra search from the Goblin Zombie. Spirit Reaper is probably like the card you could most also still side out, but it's still pretty good. I wouldn't even want to do that, honestly. Like, yeah, Diva is your bomb, but like, realistic, it's hard to get this off in like game 2 and 3 anyway, that often a Diva play. So yeah, just rather have these guys. Like these definitely come in against like Blackwings, and like this one comes in against Vayu as well. I don't always bring in the Assailant against Vayu because I don't think it's that great. It's mostly for like Shura and other stuff like that. Yeah, you can bring it in against Frogs and Machina and stuff. If you want to add the Fortress or the F-Zero as well, or the Vanity's Fiend. Then we got 2DD Crow. Yeah, pretty standard. It's good against a bunch of decks. And then Fossil Diner, 2 off. I'm thinking I might go down to 1. We already got the 3 rugs. That's something I might consider to do. So got the 1 Raikou for the mind control, and the hamster, and then the possessed Dark Soul. Just 1 Dust Tornado in the side because I got 1 in the main. And at the moment I'm also on 2 compotes. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know, we could probably play something else. But I do like it usually. Against stuff like Diva Hero and like Stardust decks like Quick Draw and stuff like that. Also, yeah, you have to be careful with Titania, obviously. And Zombies is also pretty good. And yeah, but like I said, you can probably like second Dynant, like the compotes are like the cards I most like. Yeah, maybe you could play something else. Third Rock maybe you could also take out. Could play like another book, for example, or I don't know, maybe Vanity's Fiend instead of Dinah one time, and yeah, I don't know. Some other stuff, but I can't really think of much right now. Could play like Smashing Ground or Trap Hole or something, but I'm not too big of a fan of those cards at the moment. But that's something you could definitely play as well. So yeah, we got, like I said, 2 compotes, 3 rocks, because like Monarchs are pretty rough. Don't really want to get Kais with this deck once they establish the tree block and just get Kais over and over. That just really is a letdown with this deck. So yeah, 3 rocks is like to stop that from happening. Crit the most consistently. That's the most consistent way to stop that from happening. Yeah, obviously you could play Skatering, but I'm also not that big of a fan. Here and that, decide like Skatering, and then you have Skatering and Offering, you gotta take the Offering out. Yeah, there is a deflect my power cuts in against Monarchs, honestly. My extenders, because like they don't have that much defense most of the time. So yeah, that's pretty much all for the deck. Extra deck, we do have the Armor Master in, the Mistworm. Other than that, it's pretty standard. We do have Eurequisas, Gynage instead of Eurequisas, which could definitely swap or take the Mistworm out. Yeah, but it's like a pretty standard deck. Like you can honestly like take any of those out, any of these out for like Eurequisas or whatever you want to play. Maybe you even want to play Herb Bellamy, so I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't know. That's the deck profile. Yeah, okay, guys, that was it, and I think I'll post like a replay review for the next 2 games next time. I think this is already quite long, and yeah, that's it. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.